Imagine knowing that you're going to die and having to face that reality. A young Framingham mom knew and was very public about her fight with breast cancer. It is a fight that she lost, but right before she died, Alexa Hu talked to our Emily Reamer, and Alexa's story led to a connection that lasts to this day. Take a look.
Young mothers, right? So we put ourselves the very last. We always do.
And this mom of two young daughters wasn't too concerned about the lump in her breast. Alexa Hu was still nursing her youngest and chalked it up to a clogged milk duct. But it didn't go away, and in August of 2014, she received the frightening news.
And she said, well, you know, I see a solid mass. That was the first time I thought, okay, that doesn't sound good.
At just 36 years old, Alexa had triple-negative stage 3 breast cancer, a diagnosis she shared publicly on Facebook, posting her first chemo selfie, writing, "I'm showing off the IV in my hand as the chemo infuses in my body to attack this tumor."
Wanting to be, you know, honest and say, this is real time, this is what's really happening, you know, to me. I think that was important, just to say it can happen.
That post, the first of many Alexa would write, sharing her battle with the disease, updating friends on how treatment was going, sharing a new haircut when hers started to fall out, and just a few months ago revealing the cancer had spread to her brain, writing, "We were supposed to be done." She had surgery in October, but her prognosis was not good. So last month, a trip to Italy, something she had dreamed of doing with her girls, to tell them the truth.
In this case, you know, cancer's gonna win and your mommy's gonna die. So that's the hardest part for me, because when it affects them, you know, when it affects my girls.
Alexa wants her story to be a reminder to other young moms to take care of themselves and take nothing for granted.
Be present in the moment where your baby is thrilled because they have strawberries, you know, and appreciate that, you know, and be happy about that.
So much courage. You saw it there from Alexa, and an incredible message that had a big impact on many of you and on Emily. I talked with her before she went on maternity leave. So really a powerful story that stays with you to this day, Emily.
I only met Alexa once, and it was a few weeks before she passed. But you know, as journalists, we try so hard to keep things compartmentalized. You know, you interview someone, they stay in this box, and then you go home and this is this box. But with Alexa, I mean, she was just about my age. Her girls, the same age as my boys. And to think that she was dealing with things like, how am I going to tell them that I'm going to die? That mommy's not coming back, you know? And I got to go home that night and, you know, put my kids to bed and read them books. And the whole thing just struck me as so incredibly unfair, as a lot of these cases are, you know, when you're talking about cancer and things that we don't have medical answers for yet. But I think she stuck with me because she could have been me or any one of my friends. And that she was so positive in the face of that, that she was making jokes and asking me, you know, do I look at you? Do I look at him? Like, what, you know, what do I do? She's laughing.
And she knew she was going to die.
Yeah.
And you knew that too. And it was okay with her for you to come in there and document that. What a powerful gift that she's giving all of us, because she had a message.
She did. She wanted everyone to live their lives to the fullest. And she said, you know, if my story can change someone else's story, that maybe they see what's happened to me, they do their exams, they get tested, you know, they take every precaution. Number one, that's a good thing, you know, prevention. But number two is just to remember that, you know, the little stuff doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the people that you love matter. And the small moments matter. And that's what she wanted people to focus on, I think. You know, that like...
Not even at the end of the day, but at the end of your life.
Right. There's that great line, you know, in the piece that we did when she says, just focus on how happy your baby is that they're eating strawberries. You know, and how often do we rush through our mornings like,
hurry up, let's go, we've got to go.
I got to get you out of here. Yeah, exactly. And instead, you know, what she wanted people to do was to just stop and breathe, and look at the people that you love and don't take them for granted, not for one single second.
So the reason why we're doing this story and talking with you, and it's a very powerful thing, because I've been here a year and a half, and I would walk by your desk every day, always, hi, Emily.
Right.
And I saw this picture of this beautiful woman, and I truly assumed it was your sister, a relative. I didn't know who it was. And I just found out that it's Alexa. Yeah. I'm choking up.
Yeah.
You genuinely keep her picture right there with your kids. Why?
It's to remind me. It's to remind me that, the things that I get worked up about, maybe I shouldn't get worked up about, that I have it pretty good. I've got a healthy family. I have a great job. I have my health. And every time I look at her, and I don't look at her every day, of course, things start to become wallpaper after a while, but there are times when, I'm looking around and I stop on her picture and I just think, I'm here, and she's not. And there's a responsibility in that, I think, to do what she wanted, which was to, be aware of the risks, but to also not take it for granted. That's what she wanted. She wanted people to not take any single second for granted. And so that's why I keep her picture on my desk, to remind myself in those sort of frantic moments when I think everything is going crazy, take a breath, slow down. It's going to be okay.
It is going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you've stayed in touch with her husband?
Yes.
And the kids? Tell me about that.
So,
how are they doing?
I think they're doing as well as they can be, So the girls are the oldest is getting ready to go to kindergarten. The second goes into pre-K. And, just like me, Dan, says he feels like time is flying. How did it go by so fast? But that they talk about Alexa a lot. They talk about her, and they miss her, obviously, like crazy. Dan ran the Falmouth Road Race this year, which was a goal of Alexa's to do after treatment. She wanted to run a race after treatment, so she didn't get to do that. But he did, raise some money for Dana-Farber, and he said he felt like she was with him, the whole way.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty incredible experience. But he was, thrilled to know that perhaps more people would see her story and that what she wanted, her legacy, her message, would continue.
And it will.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily.